Hello my friends, Richmond Din here, CEO and founder of Bamboo Coaching, and I help people build the traits and the habits of highly successful people so they can make more money. Now if you're watching this right now, then my guess is you and we both agree that money is really important and money matters. I mean, it matters because it allows you to buy back your most important resource, your time. But it also matters because it allows you to become healthier. I mean, healthcare and eating organic food is becoming more and more expensive. Money also matters because it allows you to leave a bigger impact in the world through doing charity work and philanthropy work. And it also matters because it allows you to buy some really cool experiences and some really cool stuff, which is equally as cool as anything else. Now that that's off the table, let's get to the real reason why you're here. I'm going to share with you the unique 7-step method, which I've coined the Bamboo method, the 7-step process, which I recently discovered that allowed me to become a self-made millionaire by the time I was 29. I did it in under 5 years. But guess what happens when you're 29? Success comes quite quickly. You're not married, you're not tied down. I became arrogant. I became complacent. And so I stopped following the 7 steps. Guess what happened 2 years later? I lost everything. In fact, I was facing bankruptcy. When I realized what had happened, I employed the same 7 steps back to where I am today, 4 years later. I've made all my money back plus more, and I used the exact same 7 steps to build a highly profitable 6-figure coaching business in under 12 months. And I used the exact same 7 steps to allow my clients to achieve an increase in their income, anywhere from a 30% to 200% increase in under 12 months. And also the exact same 7 steps that allowed me to literally network my way up the social ladder to spend time with my greatest childhood hero, Arnold Schwarzenegger himself, at his private mansion in LA. In fact, I'm going to be at his house again in a couple of weeks' time. Now, before I get into those 7 steps, just in case you're wondering, I mean, who am I? Who is this guy? What's my story? First of all, I did not grow up in any sense of abundance. I mean, my parents migrated here after the Vietnam War. They came here with no English, no money, no education, nothing. And they split up very young, and so my mom had to raise 4 boys on her own. And life wasn't easy for us. And I grew up in this culture where they said, you know, study hard, get a good job, earn a lot of money, and that will mean you'll be happy. And in my culture, you had to become a dentist, a lawyer, a solicitor, a doctor, an optometrist, a pharmacist, an engineer, one of those things, because that would mean you were successful. I didn't know any better. So I studied optometry. I became an optometrist, and I was a very successful optometrist, well, successful from the outside. But after doing that for 10 years, was I happy? No, of course I wasn't happy. And especially when I lost everything at 31, I mean, I really started to question everything about my life. And I stumbled across this world of personal development. And I started going to seminars and reading books and doing home study programs and started getting coaching. And that's when my life completely changed and my life completely turned around. Not only from a financial sense, but also from a level of fulfillment as well. And I realized the power and impact that coaching can have on a person's life. And that's when I realized that that's what I wanted to do with my life. And so I made a decision to leave optometry, a career that gave me so much certainty, so much security, so much safety, to do what I'm doing here today. And I say this with a lot of humility. But not only am I making so much more money than I've ever had before compared to optometry, I'm more fulfilled, which is probably even more important. Now, after reflecting back on my life, I look back on all my achievements, all my wins, all my successes, and I realized that there was a pattern, that there was something in common. And I nailed it down to 7 steps. And then I look back at all my failures. Every time I went wrong or made a mistake, it was because I failed to employ one or more of the 7 steps. So without further ado, I'm going to reveal to you what those 7 steps are. This is what I call the Bamboo method, the 7 steps to allow you to achieve any level of success and wealth and result that you desire. Number 1, knowing your hero's X. This is not just about defining your goal and knowing what you want and saying, setting a New Year's resolution. This is also about knowing your purpose, your mission, your beliefs, your values, your needs, your standards, or maybe sometimes even knowing what matters most to you and what makes you happy. It's about knowing all these things, but it's also about knowing who you really are and what you stand for and what you're really made for. That's your hero's X. It all starts with knowing all of this. Number 2 of the bamboo method, dominating desire. We all know that if you want something bad enough, you will make it happen. But this is not just about knowing your why. This is also about making this your moral obligation. Because the moment you make chasing your dreams and moral obligation, chasing success or money or results, you attach it to your identity, and suddenly you make the vision of what you want so compelling that you get pulled towards it, and you don't constantly have to push all the time. Because motivation is garbage. Motivation doesn't work. Motivation takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, and it's really, really exhausting, and it doesn't last. You have to have something so compelling enough that you feel pulled towards your mission, and so you never ever have to worry about motivation ever again. That's dominating desire. Number 3 is the T5 mastermind. We've all heard it before. Who you spend time with is who you become. You are the average of the top 5 people you spend time with, and your income is the average of the top 5 people you spend time with. Knowing the power of your mastermind will completely transform how much wealth you create. And this is about knowing how to network up the social ladder, the way I did it to get all the way up to Arnold Schwarzenegger's house, and I'll be back again in a couple of weeks' time. But also, I've discovered a 5-step process which will allow you, a proven process which will allow you to network up the social ladder. I'm not going to explain it here. If you want to know more, I'll chat about more in the Blueprint Discovery coaching session. We'll chat about that a little bit later. Number 4 of the bamboo method is called strategic planning. We all know already, it's been proven, that 80% of success is mindset. It's psychology. But 20% is mechanics and strategy. You also have to have the right strategy. But here's the thing. There's literally a million ways to make $1 million. And you can YouTube and Google and Facebook and buy a book on how to do anything. The question is, how do you decide which strategy is best for you? How do you decide which strategy is going to fit best for your hero's X? That's strategic planning. That's understanding the mechanics. That's understanding the right strategy for you. It's also about knowing the right daily success habits and employing the right daily success rituals so you can have success in the long term. Success is not a short-term game. I want you to achieve success in the long term. So strategic planning is also about having the right strategy, but the right daily success habits and rituals for you to achieve long-lasting success. Number 5. Number 5 is becoming the ultimate action taker. The law of attraction is bullshit. It doesn't work because you can't just sit at home and wish for things to happen. Eventually, you have to get off your ass and make things happen. You have to take some action. So becoming the ultimate action taker is about ending procrastination. And I know if you're anything like me, you've probably procrastinated before. You're human, that's okay. But this is about ending procrastination. And there's 4 reasons why people procrastinate. Some sort of form of fear, they're not hungry enough, they don't know how to overcome overwhelm, or they might be, which is very common these days, is a perfectionist. You resolve these 4 things, you will become the ultimate action taker. Step number 6 of the bamboo method is called time mastification. Time mastification. Now, this is just not about planning and scheduling and writing down a to-do list. This is about knowing your outcome, knowing what produces results, being productivity focused, also being focused on what's important versus what's urgent, and also knowing how to get into this place called flow. You know when you're in a place of flow and time completely stops and an hour goes by like a second, or 2 hours goes by like 2 seconds, and you just produce amazing results, you're creative, everything's just working out, and you look back and you say, wow, where did time go? And look at the results you created. Amazing, amazing results. That's called being in flow. The most important aspect of time mastification is the art of decision making. How you make decisions around anything is everything. Once again, if you want to know more about this, I'll explain it and share it more with you in the Blueprint Discovery session. The final step in the bamboo method, the final piece of the jigsaw puzzle, the secret sauce that ties it all in together is confidence. confidence. You and I both know that if you had the confidence you desire, you could literally move mountains. I mean, if you had the confidence you wanted, then you can make as much wealth as you deserve. If you had the confidence you wanted, you can achieve any level of success and any results you want. So having confidence is not only just about having the belief in yourself, but it's also about understanding how to handle rejection, knowing how to handle judgment, knowing how to handle failure, and most importantly, knowing what your greatness is and knowing how to step into your greatness. And I can assure you, the more successful you become, the more success you aim for, guess what happens? Are you going to face more rejection? Are you going to face more judgment? Are you going to face more failure? 100% you will. So the aim of the game in confidence also is about understanding how to deal with these areas here, but more importantly, how to step into your greatness. There you have it, my friends. The 7-step bamboo method to help you achieve any level of success and any level of wealth and any results that you desire. Now, if you're still watching, I want to thank you. I don't take your time lightly. I have a special opportunity for you. If you're still watching, then my guess is there's a part of you, big or small, that is hungry for more success. And there's a part of you that wants to know more. And there's a part of you that wants to take your life to the next level. And there's a part of you that wants to know more about this process. So here's my opportunity for you. For a limited time only for a limited time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to have a 45-minute obligation-free blueprint discovery coaching session, one-on-one with me. And in that session, I'm going to go through the 7-step process with you in more detail, particularly which parts that you need to employ most and which parts of the 7 steps that you need to focus on most to help you achieve the results that you want. Now, if you're wondering, why is this free? Why is this free? Well, I'll be completely honest with you. The reason why it's obligation free is because at the end of the call, I'm going to be presenting with you an opportunity for you to work with me. That's the truth. But here's the thing. The reason why it's obligation free is because, first of all, I don't know if we're going to be a match. I don't know if we're going to be a right fit. I don't know if at the end of the call that we both might not even want to work together, and I'm completely at peace with that. Secondly, I believe I have a system, one of the best systems in the world, that's going to allow you to achieve the results that you desire. And if I at least present that opportunity to you, then that's just me being selfish. And the third reason is you're probably going to be at least really, really curious as to how my coaching works and how it can help move you forward. So that's the offer for you. Now, if that's you, if you're serious, if you want to know more, then please hit the link below, book in your blueprint discovery session right now. You know what you need to do. One last thing. Even if we don't work together, even if we find out there's no match between us, I can guarantee you, at the very least, these are the things you're going to walk away with. You're going to walk away with more clarity and a blueprint and a map, and you'll know exactly what your next step needs to be. If you don't achieve that, at the very minimum, I'm going to put my money on the line and send you a check for $100 for wasting your time. I'm so certain that you'll know exactly what your next step needs to be, that if you don't, if you walk out of there more confused, then I'll literally send you $100 for wasting your time. That's how certain I am that this is going to be one of the most impactful calls that you've ever had. So hit the link below right now, book in your blueprint discovery session right now. Once again, it's Richmond Dean here signing off. As always, have an awesome, awesome day, and I look forward to chatting to you very, very soon.